Hello there. It's Halloween. You know how we do, right? 31 on 31. This is something that I sort of borrowed from the Autostream Stream guys, Cody Leach, and all of them. That I've kind of turned to my own thing because they were doing franchises within there, and then they just started doing random movies from different categories. So it's kind of like I borrowed from them, and now I guess they didn't borrow from me because they didn't know personally, but they've sort of taken that direction. I'm not ripping them off. This is kind of my own thing that I like to do. It's never really been franchises. It's all been just whatever my category. And this year is the 31 on 31 Blumhouse Edition. That's right, 31 Blumhouse movies ranked from worst to best. Couple caveats. One, no sequels. It's all the first movie in this. So, my personal favorite Paranormal Activity movie, the marked ones, is not in here. It's a sequel / spin-off. Does not count. I could have. Because it's a spin-off, and I thought, well, it's technically a spin-off, so I could put it in here. But no, I decided against it. There's no Sinister 2. There's no Insidious 2, 3. It had no Happy Death Day to You. No Purge sequels. None of that. All first films and franchises. There are remakes. Oh, there are remakes. There's a few remakes in here. Whatever remakes they did. So, yeah, I spilled on my paper. I'll try to show it to you without showing the... Yeah. So there's 31 movies to talk about. Blumhouse has become more miss than hit nowadays. There was hit and miss. They used to be big. They used to be big when it comes to Blumhouse. Blumhouse movies come out. It's cool. And now it's like, new Blumhouse movies coming out. And now it's, new Blumhouse movies coming out. Okay. Some of them are still good, I think. I think my ranking is going to be, I feel like the top 10 are easily in the best of this, just how it's rearranged. I don't think my number one would be anyone else's number one. I don't think so. But, yeah, there are some of these that people would put that are low on my list. People would be like, what are you talking about? Yeah. So, let's go ahead and start this. Let's kick it off. Number 30 and number 31 are not only two of the worst Blumhouse movies, they're two of the worst horror movies ever made, with number 30 being a remake. Number 31 is not, but it's still a horrible movie. Dashcam. I don't know whose idea it was to make this movie with such a horrible main character. You do not care about this character. You want her to die. You're just waiting for her to die because she's a terrible character. You know? And I just don't understand who thought this was a good idea to make this movie. It's terrible. It's utterly terrible. The character is terrible. It's found footage, sort of, if you really want to say it's that. But it just doesn't work. Horrible. Every time you think you can't get any nuttier, it proves you wrong. Well, it's nutty, that's for sure. There's even a commentary with the director and the star, Annie Hardy. But I guess it's playing a highly fictionalized version of herself, but still, I know. She is the worst kind of human being, the character. I don't know about the actress, but the star. But the character is the worst kind of human being, and you don't want to follow that character. You don't worry about it because you don't care. Number 30 is probably what would be everyone's 31. But I put it number 30 because I don't know. I think I can stomach these characters more than Annie Hardy because she's just so insufferable in that movie. But it's Black Christmas 2019. Or Blumhouse's Fuck You, Man. Yeah, that's basically what it is, because even the good man characters in this movie are treated like shit because they're men. Because we have a penis. So, yep, that automatically means we're bad, because this is an anti-man movie. Yes. Men suck, right? That's That's what this movie is trying to tell us. Even the good men in this movie, the one girl's boyfriend, this dude with the glasses, they're treated badly because they're men. When you have to have one of your male characters scream out, "I'm not a bad person. I haven't done anything wrong." It's like somebody wrote that, like, okay, we have to have someone who points out the obvious here that we're hating on this. So, yeah, I don't know even why they call this Black Christmas. Can they just call it Sorority Massacre? Christmas is there, but it's not a major. It just has nothing to do with Black Christmas. At least the 2006 remake got that. We got Black Goo and Carrie Elways. That's always fun. Next, another found footage film, because Dashcam was one. Number 29 is The Gallows. The more I think about this movie, the more I don't like it. And the more there is more potential with this. But I think, I've said this before, this movie's fine until the ending. And the ending to me makes no sense. Pfeiffer is supposedly the daughter of Charlie the Hangman, which would make her 20 years old, which means someone's lying somewhere. But also, it's implied that Reese, our main character, him, has known Pfeiffer for a long time, which means she's been enrolled in school with him for a long time. So she couldn't just been Charlie's daughter. And you know what? It was supposed to be that they knew each other for a long time and were enrolled in school together for a long time, because in the original cut of this film, which I guess is on the Blu-ray version, which I kind of want to buy just to see the original cut, she wasn't Charlie's daughter. She was just in on it. But it still doesn't make sense that she would be in on it. I don't know. I don't know. But it's a generic found footage movie until the end, where it just kind of goes all the way downhill. But yeah. Here's a movie I bet you didn't know was a Blumhouse film. The Lords of Salem. Yes. I don't have Rob Zombie on the bottom. Doesn't mean I'll watch this. I will probably watch The Gallows before I watch this again. But I think this is a decently made film. I like it just fine. As it comes to Rob Zombie's filmography, this is one of the lesser ones. This, House of 1,000 Corpses, and The Devil's Rejects are the three that I actually could say I liked of his movies. I think I said 31 was also decent. Everything else, the Halloween remake is fine for the second half. First half, go fuck itself. This is decently done, but it falls victim to Rob Zombie's writing of bad guys must always win in every movie that I write. So, except for the monsters, I don't know who the bad guys in that one were, but bad guys have to always win in every movie that I do. So, our main character, who is my wife, look at my wife, gets taken by this witch coven. Look at my wife. And the witches win. Yet, I don't know. It was definitely the least offensive one, I think, of his that I watched 2 years ago whenever I did that. It was the least offensive, but it's still not in the back. And now you're going to be confused because number 27, as I itch my back here, is Ouija. Wait, Scotty, are you saying you're going to watch that piece of crap over a Rob Zombie movie? Yes. I actually have an experience with trying to watch this. Earlier this year, I tried to watch this on Vudu, or Fandango at home, whatever it's called now. And I started watching it, got a half hour in, and went, I don't want to watch this, and turned it off. Never went back. It's just generic, right? Like, I said this during my review for Tarot, which felt like, let's do Ouija but with the tarot cards. It's just a generic movie, is what it is. The characters are generic. They're both PG-13, really? Okay, it's PG-13. Ouija over New I thought was rated R, but no, PG-13. But it's not done right. Who directed it? Does it say? Styles White. I have no idea who that is, or if he did anymore, but it's not a good movie. The sequel is better, or the prequel, I should say. It's better. It's not a good movie. Don't watch it. No. All right. Here we go. Number 26. The Horcrux of my channel. Technically, the first review I have on this channel. Although it was supposed to be to Pikachu. But this is what's become, when I celebrate an anniversary or something, this is what I go back to. Paranormal Activity. I love this franchise. The first movie is not good. I don't care what anyone says. It's not a good movie. The first two are not good movies. I recently watched through this entire franchise, except for the seventh one, because we kind of started watching it and haven't finished it yet. Not that it's bad, we just haven't had time. There's been so much. There's things going on with my mom and personal life that we just didn't have time. So we went through these movies, and while we enjoyed them, I think we both agree the first two were kind of boring. The first one, the first one, like, Mika is so annoying with everything that he does. And you're just like, I just don't get it. The first time I ever watched this, I was very disappointed. Because I remember the marketing for this. Call your theater and demand Paranormal Activity. One of the scariest movies ever made. They showed footage of people in the theater going, oh! And then I watched and it's just like, oh, he dropped the keys. Oh, there's feet prints. Oh, the door moved. Oh, she's being dragged out of bed. Oh. Like, it wasn't until she got dragged out of bed that I woke up and was like, oh. And then that's really towards the end of the movie, because then, like, when stuff actually starts happening. So the first one is not a good movie, and I don't know why it gets so much praise. It's like Blair Witch Project. The Blair Witch Project is not a good movie. It's boring. Nothing happens. It's three people walking in the woods for 90 minutes. What the fuck is that? Nothing. There's nothing there. You're pointing in nothing. The best part of that movie is where's the map? I kicked that shit into the creek. Because it's funny. That's not on the list, by the way. I just had to point that out. Alright. Number 25. The first of 3 movies directed by Jeff Wadlow is Imaginary. Imaginary is generic. Okay? It's basically, they're trying to do Insidious again, but they made it PG-13. And it's about imaginary friends. They even have a shameless sequel plug at the end. Oh, it could still be around, and yeah, it's a stepmom trying to connect with her stepdaughters. Things go bad. It's generic. It's meh. It's not worth your time. I think I gave it a low middle road actually, but it's just meh. I don't know. It just meh. And Jeff Wadlow can do better. When Truth or Dare is better than this. Oh boy, you got it. Yeah. Well, Truth or Dare is the better movie, I should say it like that. Because, yeah. I mean, his season of Are You Afraid of the Dark was actually good too, so. Yeah. Number 24 is The Lazarus Effect, which I think is not that bad. It's they're trying to bring animals back from the dead, and when an electrocution causes the girl to have the main character, Olivia Wilde, her heart to stop, they use it to bring her back, but something else came back, some kind of evil force, and it goes after them one by one. Generic, but it's decent. I think it works. The acting is good, for one. So, yeah. Alright. Number 23 is The Balco Experiment. And I always thought this was just an okay movie. There's fun gore, but the concept never really stood out to me. It's a bunch of people killing people because someone said so. If you don't, then we're going to kill you and this and that, and it's fine. Tony Goldwyn is fantastic, but Michael Rooker's in here. It's just not one I would go back to. I got this from Jason from Censor Cinema, by the way, and when I won that trivia thing. So, yeah, thank you for that. I just think it's an okay movie. Number 22, another okay movie, The Hunt. It's a political satire type thing. Betty Gilpin is fantastic, and so is not Scarlett Johansson. What the hell's her name? Hilary Swank. Doesn't show her face for the for most of the movie, but this whole beginning, it's like James Gunn came in and wrote the beginning of this and then said, "I'm out," because all these big stars and characters you think are going to be important just die one off one. You know, Ike Barinholtz is there. You got freaking Justin Hartley, he dies. Emma Roberts, she dies. Ike Barinholtz, he dies. It's just all these big name characters died, big name stars died off right away, and then finally our main character Betty Gilpin, who's good, but good, but I don't know. Obviously, she's the main character. She's on the thing. It's decent. Number 21 is a recent review. 13 Sins. Yes. Yes, it's a game. You have to complete 13 tasks, each one more dangerous than the other. Mark Webber is great in this movie, by the way, and I think this is one of the better, more modern horror thrillers to come out, and I highly suggest it. I didn't even realize this was a Blumhouse film until I looked it up. It is. It is. It doesn't say on the back, though, but it is. It's here, you see executive producers Jason Blum. Yeah. So, it is a Blumhouse movie, technically. Next, we have Ma. And again, I think it's just, Ma is meh. I think it's just fine. I mean, she's a Oscar winner, and she's great in the movie. But the plot is just this lady buying beer for underage minors to drink. That's legal. She should go to jail. And then it becomes a revenge thing. It's just like, meh. And the winner for most mediocre movie of 2022 is... Or is this 2023? Hold on. ...2023 is... Megan Madrigan. This is what I like to call Blumhouse's attempt to get a one-up on the Child's Play remake. And it's just meh. Again, I showed this to my son, and he just thought it was okay. It's insane, right? No, this movie is just okay. It's meh. There's nothing to write home about with this. And everybody praises this movie is even getting a sequel. I don't get it. I don't get it. This movie is just fine. It's okay. Number 18, Truth or Dare. That's right, I put Truth or Dare higher than Megan. One higher, because I'll watch this before I watch Megan again. At least I can enjoy it. Again, much like with Rob Zombie's Lords of Salem, everything is fine until the ending. I feel like the ending is a bit middle finger to the audience, because they tell you what you have to do, and as soon as they try to do it, the demon has to cheat in order for this ending to happen, and that makes no sense. People are like, well, it's demon. But here's the thing, okay? He takes control of Carter, or of boyfriend guy, Tyler Posey, and then decides, okay, I'm going to cheat, and I'm going to stab Carter, and then I'm going to slit this guy's throat, and then they're screwed. But that's not how this is supposed to work. He's supposed to say truth or dare, and then they're supposed to do the truth or dare. You cannot just take control of someone and go on a killing spree. Otherwise, that should have been the whole movie. Instead of him taking control and having do it. No, it's a cop-out ending. It's like we had a little thing at the beginning where it said, if it was us or the whole world, who would you choose? I gotta choose the world. Well, now they choose us. It's a stupid ending, and I don't like it. Okay, I need to change it. Number 17 is Night Swim, and I said this in the review, but this is a middle of the road movie if I ever saw one. And again, the ending, I don't think the dad should have had to sacrifice himself. It's way too cliche of an ending. Otherwise, I thought this was actually pretty decent. Number 16, Five Nights at Freddy's. Again, this is another meh movie, but the more I watch it, the more I'm entertained by it, the more I like it. It's fine. I don't know the video games, so that's kind of a problem because this was clearly made for the fans. Again, I showed this to my son. He liked it. So, yeah, it's a fun movie. They're making a sequel. I'll watch that too. Just, yeah. Number 15 is Us, a movie that hinges on the twist, which I think is decently done, but its message is a little garbled, of what Jordan Peele was trying to say, but I think it's a well done film. That's not even the right pop. I was looking at the thing. Number 14 is The Purge, and when you think of the original Purge, I can't say first Purge because that's actually the name of a movie. The original Purge, it's kind of in the middle of my ranking because I prefer Election Year and Anarchy over this, but it's kind of in the middle of the five. But it's fine. It's a nice thriller. It's fine. They establish the rules, but they don't really go out into it. That's the next ones that go out into the thing and show it. But yeah, it's a nice little thriller. It's decent. It works. Number 13 is Unfriended. Both of these movies are not very good, but I get enjoyment out of this just because I like the whole thing. Again, ending thing. I didn't think we need to see the ghost showing up at the end. I don't know. I always thought maybe Blair should have been left to live. Her friends are not dead, so now she has to live with it. It's kind of punishment for what she did. Her dying kind of takes away everything, because now she doesn't get to suffer. Number 12 is Fantasy Island. I should have mentioned the Jeff Wadlow with the Truth or Dare, but this is my favorite of the Jeff Wadlow movies. I didn't hate this. I thought it was fine. The ending, again, the twist comes out of nowhere, makes no sense. But it's a fun movie. I'll put it on every once in a while just to have a little fun. Now we're in... No. Number 11 is Totally Killer. This one, I don't have the physical media because it's only on Amazon Prime. Just misses out on the top 10 because the time travel rules are so wonky. But I love this movie. It's a great movie. It's fun. And it works except for the time travel logic that they throw in there. There definitely would have been more... Yeah, there definitely would have been a paradox. But it's good. Okay, the top 10. And I feel like these are maybe the general top 10 people would... In different orders, but number 10 is going to be Freaky. Yes, Freaky Friday, but it's a slasher. And they made it rated R. Thank you, Blumhouse. And thank you, Christopher Landon, who also will do another one that's higher up on this list. But it's Vince Vaughn is great, although he does kind of play generic teenage girl. And of course, you got to talk about Katherine Newton. She is great in this. And yeah, this is just a well done movie. I think it's fun. It doesn't hurt that one of the first kills is the son of Zach Morris from that stupid ass Saved by the Bell reboot show that should have never existed. But yeah. Number 9, M. Night Shyamalan's The Visit. This was the return to form for Shyamalan. Everyone says Split. This came out before Split. This is where he returned to form. The twist at the end of this, spoiler alert by the way, that it's not really the grandparents, is easy to see coming. Yeah, but it worked. I didn't see it coming when they revealed that. I'm like, oh shit. Because and again, it's found footage. It works. Catherine Hahn, Agatha, of course, she's good in this. The kid actors are great, except for T-Dog, the stylist. which is what his name is. I don't know why they keep calling him T. I don't know. Do you know the stylist? But yeah. And by the way, if you're wondering why Split isn't in this, it's not. It's technically a sequel, so I counted that as a sequel. Sorry, it would be high up. It would be in my top 10 if that was the case. But I probably would have taken out either like The Hunt or something like that. But it's technically, I count it as a sequel. So same thing with Exorcist the Believer. It's technically a prequel, no, it's a sequel. It's a sequel, reboot, whatever. Number 8 is Upgrade, which is technically not a horror movie. A lot of people counted that, but it's an action film. But this was good. Nice score. Lee Winnell, who I will be talking about in a little bit, did very well in this film. I've never been a big fan of the ending, but I think it's fine. I just think this is a really good movie. Number 7 is The Black Phone. And we're going to talk about Ethan Hawke a little bit later as well, but this is a great performance from Ethan Hawke. It's a nice little creepy kind of film that works. Why does that guy that explains it from iCarly? It's not, though, is it? I'm on here. Yeah, it's pretty good. All right. Number 6, The Invisible Man. One of the films that came out, the last few films, maybe the last film I saw in theaters before COVID happened and took our theater away. This was great. Elizabeth Moss, I almost said Banks, is great. And the guy who plays the boyfriend is also great. I love this movie, man. What can I say? I love the movie. I watched it once after I bought the Blu-ray. But I love this movie. Okay, we're in the top 5. And the number 5 is Get Out. Okay. I'll get up. No, the movie. Oh, the movie. Oh, I forgot his voice there. Get Out. Jordan Peele's first movie. And it's great. I love the actors in this. The whole plot. Like the sinking thing. Like when he goes in it. It's great. It's all done very well. It's actually still my favorite of his movies. Nope was good too, but no. Yeah, I'll give that picture I put up there. Nope, of the cloud, because it's a big cloud. All right, number 4, Sinister. Yes, I got a steelbook. Where is the Your Next steelbook? Walmart. I probably already showed you this, but I'm going to show off the Bagul again. I'll show this in the video soon. Or to do like the movie does. There we go. You do the noise too. This. Remember the first time I saw this? It's a creepy movie. When he's watching the videotapes or the films, and it's just Super 8 footage. So he's just like watching these, and then when he finds the endings, then he realized, oh shit, I shouldn't have moved. Yeah, great film. Number 3, Insidious. The first one, obviously, it's on the bottom. It's backwards. The first one, obviously, great horror film. James Wan's return, because he did Saw, and then he kind of went away, and he came back to this, 2010. So yeah, took him 6 years, but he did Dead Silence, which I still think is okay, but Insidious is definitely one of, I think The Conjuring is better, but Insidious is great. Number 1 and 2, I went back and forth on, because I love these movies, and at any given time, I could say number 2 is number 1, but number 2 is Happy Death Day. The only thing that could have made this better, and probably make it number 1, is if it was rated R. That's it. But as it stands, this is a pretty good movie. This is Groundhog Day, but as a horror slasher. And it works. And I gotta point this out. Big LT. Not a fan of horror movies. Not at all. But he saw the trailer when he was over here one time and went, I think it's The Roommate. Spoiler alert, by the way. I think it's the roommate. So I'm watching this, and they were clearly pointing at this guy Toombs, and I'm also thinking it might be Gregory. But when those don't pan out, it's like they talk about when she talks about, I never ate the cupcake until last night, and then I died. I'm like, oh shit, he's right. And then I predicted the killer in the second one, although it was not in the same context I thought it would be, but I still technically predicted it. So, yeah. And number one is Oculus. And at first this morning I'm like, wait, Oculus is WWE. Yeah, apparently it's produced by WWE Films and Blumhouse. WWE Studios and Blumhouse. Two production companies. But yeah, it's Blumhouse, and I love this movie. It still gives me chills, man. This movie, the whole back and forth between their kids, and here it's one of those. It's kind of like, what's that director that does out of order things? Not Christopher Nolan, but like, well, yeah, that too. You could compare it to the Batman Begins, going back and forth. But like, oh, who is it? You're screaming at me right now, but who is it? Like, Mike Flanagan. I guess he did the same thing with The Haunting of Hill House, didn't he? No, who's the director that notoriously goes out of order with his films? I don't remember who it is. It's not Nolan, and it's not Flanagan, it's another one. Quentin Tarantino. That's right. I still have to finish that review series, but yeah. A couple of those movies are out of order, but yeah, this is great. And you have Karen Gillan of Doctor Who fame. When this come out, 2009, this before she was even on 2014. This was after she left. Because I think Series 7 was 2013. It kind of split in half, so this was after she left. This is like one of the first things she did after she left. And then there was Guardians of the Galaxy, but yeah, this is a great film, nice and spooky. It's not one of those cheesy ones with the wrestlers in it, although I remember from the trailer I thought the dad was Santino Marella. It's not, so don't worry. Hey, shut up the face. Put the mirror into my office. Yeah, that would have been. No, but there it is. You got my 31 on 31. All 31 in the Blumhouse movies. Well, the 31 Blumhouse movies I chose that were all that I had, have seen, and are not sequels. Put it that way. What are your thoughts on my 31 on 31? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I've been Scotty, and one more time, happy Halloween.